Opening her eyes, Tanaka saw the blue sky. Below her, she could feel and smell the fresh green grass. There were a few seconds of confusion as Tanaka tried to understand what had happened and why she was laying on the ground. Did I fall asleep in the simulation? She asked out loud, attempting to piece together the events that had transpired. Slowly, she rolled to one side and pushed herself up. Sitting, it took a moment before she noticed something strange. Looking at the hand that she used to get up, the metal gauntlet was seen. Quickly, Tanaka checked out her other hand and saw that she was indeed wearing the gauntlets. Placing a hand on her chest, there was the sensation of something on her body. Glancing at her torso, the leather vest was seen. Wait, Tanaka placed her free hand on her head. A feeling of dizziness washed over her as memories slowly bubbled to the surface of her consciousness. In her mind, she remembered hearing her screams and the sensation of pain throughout her body, especially her left shoulder and leg. What? Tanaka began to tremble as her body remembered what it had forgotten. The jaws of the monster eating away at her body. Muscles being torn off her. Her pleading and begging to the robot being ignored and falling on deaf ears. Tears began streaming down her face. It had all surfaced in her mind. Welcome back, a familiar voice called out to her. Eyes wet with tears searched for the owner of the voice. Tanaka soon saw the robot that had stood off to the side and watched what had occurred. It had merely witnessed patiently her vicious death. Tanaka glared at the robot. I can understand your anger, Darlina said, the usual smile missing from its face. Do you? Do you really? Tanaka demanded. Shaking its head. Not in the way you're referring, since I'm merely a robot and not human. But I do have an understanding of the emotions that you're experiencing. Snarling. And what emotions do you think I'm dealing with right now? Tanaka asked through clenched teeth. Likely the similar emotions that people who have gone through what you did felt after coming back from such a psychologically damaging experience, Darlina said, tilting its head. Remember, what you went through was necessary. How is that necessary? Are you saying that I need to die in order to know that it's something I don't want to go through? Tanaka yelled at Darlina. Nodding, Darlina said, yes, that's one of the lessons. Isn't there some other way you could have done this? Tanaka asked, using one of her hands to cup her face. It was as though the memories were going to overwhelm her, and it was through sheer willpower that Tanaka didn't fall apart. And how would you have us teach you? Can you recommend a method more effective than what you had to deal with? Darlina's cold eyes looked at Tanaka as though it was scientists observing a lab rat. There was a lack of empathy seen in the robot's body language. Remember, the world outside of the shelter is far harsher than what you'll ever experience inside this place. In addition to that, even with your training you receive due to your profession, there will always be a bit of hesitation in your movement due to your lack of understanding when it comes to death. Hearing the robot's cold and callous words, something in them made Tanaka look at it. Deep down, she knew that what Darlena had said was the truth. Taking a deep breath in an attempt to gather her thoughts, Tanaka glared again at the robot. "How are the others doing?" Darlene's eyes softened at Tanaka's question. "The others are also recovering from the shock. They also went through the same thing that happened to me?" Tanaka asked. "That's correct," Darlena said. Sensing that Tanaka wanted more information, the robot continued. "You're the fastest to recover from the trauma. Kawa and Mizuki are having a particularly difficult time after they were revived. We're currently in the process of helping them understand what had happened.